with B-Bad and Brandon.
Hey, we did it. We did it, and that's the start of the podcast. Episode 7.
7?
7?
Sure.
Gwaine was 4. Amy was 5.
Then we did
were.
one. Do we count ourselves?
Yeah, of course we do. So
I thought we'd be like a different number.
we're a bonus round.
Yeah, like a bonus. Bonus 1.
So we're at 6.
6.
Welcome to our special guest, Leah Higl,
Thank you.
the plant strong dietitian. Did I get that correct?
Correct.
Yes, I did. I was really nervous about fucking your name up and your Instagram handle. But now that we got that sorted,
We're all good.
question.
21 words, who you are and what you do. I will be counting the words. You can't do any more than that.
And you can't,
Okay.
like, well,
Whoa.
just quickly. R's, all that shit count as words. But we haven't started, so you get that first one's free.
Now we're starting.
Okay, so I'm a vegan. I'm a powerlifter. Dietitian, accredited practising dietitian,
A lot of
and
words to count.
passionate metalhead.
Oh, that's
You've got more if you
Did
want.
Look, I think that pretty much sums me up.
a really good one. That's
You're
actually
out.
one of the best we've had.
Yeah, you did really well.
Pretty simple.
That's better than what we did.
Sorry, okay. So Polly, I feel like poor Polly's gonna have like some sort of ego issue after we finish this podcast because
Well, he gets picked on every single one of them.
every single one. But he had like full anxiety. Like, what do I do? How many words? It's pretty
No,
funny.
I feel it. I feel the pressure that he was under.
Yeah, but you feel like you've handled it well. Shout out to Luke Polly.
Hi, Luke.
Can squat 410. Can't put 21 words together. He unsubscribes from our following. There goes our 200 followers, bruh.
We're at 100. We're not 200 yet.
Not yet.
It's coming.
But, yes. Oh, well, probably will be by the time we get this out.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Future.
We are entering the vegan realm.
The
100%.
vegan realm.
Is that a thing?
Sure, if you want it to be.
There we go. We just created a thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you touched on a lot of things. You pretty much did describe yourself very well in those 21 words, so I don't feel like we need this podcast, but no, I'm just kidding. We got you on. Obviously, in our last podcast, we interviewed Amy Cox, who's from Target Nutrition, and again, a dietitian.
Not
You
nutritionist.
Not nutritionist, because
Yeah.
I did work out what the
did learn
difference
that.
was, and man, she got pissed about that. Shout out to Amy.
Fair.
I don't blame her. Now that I understand legal, it's like when people call us PTs. I'm like,
Yeah.
I can't drop the C-bomb, but I'm like, come on, man. Coach, bruh. Anyways. You're a vegan, as you said.
I am.
And we wanted to get you on because there's been a lot of hype around veganism in the past, 6 months?
It's trending
Yeah.
hard.
It is trending
It's on
hard.
the rise.
Yeah.
And we've, as coaches, we've seen people come to us for nutrition advice, and I think we're good because we're just like, nah, that's not us. That's not us. Go see someone, and we refer out, obviously.
Yeah.
But we want to get you on, talk about, I guess, veganism from your perspective, as you weren't originally transitioned across. A few things around how people can do it a bit better, smoother, because people do fuck it up.
All
What
the
it-
time. All the time.
And you just ran a seminar, as we discussed before, around the transition itself.
Transitioning to veganism
Yeah.
the right way.
The right way. Okay.
Yeah.
Also, I just want to shout out that I actually had a vegan meal yesterday.
Are you sure it was a vegan meal?
He did.
I went to the-
100%
It was
vegan.
fact checked.
It was fact checked.
Fact-checked.
The fact
Nice.
checked? Is that?
Fact checked.
Oh, I thought you said fat checked. I was
No.
like, that's weird. Someone's out there just counting the fats. But no, I went to your cafe that you work at. The
Yes.
Green Edge.
The Green Edge.
Where is it? Windsor.
In
Larwich.
Windsor.
Near my place. I
Yeah,
need
dude,
to go
it's
there.
so close to you. It's so close to you. It was really good coffee.
Yeah,
really
I
good
love
coffee.
the-
The food was good.
I love vegetables as well.
Best
Yeah.
vegan place in Brisbane.
There you go. Shout out Green Edge.
Sick.
Sponsor us. But no, so I went in because I wanted to obviously try it. I feel like there is a massive misconception that we think vegans eat food completely different. And like, I know I've been ignorant to that fact as well, but I actually had a really fucking good meal. I keep forgetting we're allowed to swear.
Your mum won't like it, but
No, she won't. Far out. She still hits me every time.
vegan food tastes good.
It was brilliant.
It can be great.
It was just like, again, everything anything I would normally eat, just with no meat. I did have the poached eggs now.
Yeah,
okay,
the vegan egg.
The vegan egg. This was a bit like...
What's a vegan egg?
Yeah, exactly. So I got there and I looked the menu up before as you go to any restaurant and I was like, oh, eggs Benny. This is sick. Thinking like maybe it's
He
just...
didn't realise eggs aren't vegan, probably.
Probably.
Well, yeah, well, I was like,
I
I was like, they must have a vegetarian, like they're vegetarian / vegan. So I've gone in, and then she's like, "It's a tofu egg." I'm like, "Sorry, what do you mean it's a tofu egg?" And she's like, "They make it out of tofu." I was like, "I need to try it." So I tried it, and it was actually fucking quite nice.
Like, it doesn't taste like egg, but
No.
I feel like it's a good food in its own right. It's just
Well,
meant to mimic,
Yeah,
like,
I've
the
never had
feel of an
tofu
egg.
by itself.
oh, you've never had tofu.
No,
What?
have you had tofu?
Of course.
Really?
Yeah.
Is
Like
that-
in Asian cuisine.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
You've had
it's
it without
pretty normal.
realising it, bro.
probably.
I feel like you
100%.
probably
I've eaten a lot
And you're
of
probably like,
things.
this is amazing.
I probably eat a lot of things I don't realise, to be honest. That's for a different podcast and conversation. But it was really good. And I kind of feel like I have this... I'm not going to say any sort of, like... I don't want to claim anything, but I'm like, oh, it's actually not what I thought it was.
What did you think it was going to be?
I don't know. I just think there is such
Just something completely different.
Yeah, I feel like there's such a negative connotation just put out there of veganism, which, like, I understand parts of both sides when people argue about it. But I'm like, oh, it's not that at all. So, from your point of view, what is it?
What is veganism?
Yep. For like a
So-
definition for people who are as retarded as me.
Definition-wise, so a vegan does not consume any kind of animal products. So that's meat, dairy, eggs, gelatin, anything that comes from an
gelatin.
animal. Honey. Most vegans don't consume honey. We also don't purchase products that have been tested on animals. We don't wear wool or leather, silk, anything like that. So it's from an animal. We don't purchase it.
Oh, wow. So veganism extends really beyond
It's like
food.
more than a diet.
Yeah.
So you've
Lifestyle.
got like plant-based eating, which is not it's people that eat predominantly plants and no animal products or very little animal products.
Yep.
And that's diet-based, but veganism itself is more like an ethical thing where
And-
it extends to more than just your diet.
And for yourself, obviously not having, been vegan all your life, was it an ethical reason?
100%. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I went vegan because I love animals.
Yeah.
And I'd always been kind of partial to the idea of like being vegetarian or vegan when I found out what that was. Like always been okay with the concept, and I knew why people did it. Like I was never like one of those people that was like, oh, but what about lions and circle of life and
Sorry,
like it was
what do you mean by lions?
Yeah,
I heard lions. I'm like, okay.
So usually when like someone says they're vegan, a meat eater will be like, oh, but lions eat meat. So
Oh, yeah, okay.
circle of life, the food chain.
Yeah, okay.
So I was never like that. I kind of always understood that people didn't eat animal products to reduce the harm to animals. And that's how I entered veganism.
And how old were you?
Oh, it's a good question. I think I was 18.
And you're 24? 23.
23.
Okay.
So you went studying dietetics.
I was halfway,
time,
over
or you
halfway
were?
through my degree when I went vegan.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
And did you have trouble, obviously, at uni? Or like, did they kind of throw the meat thing down your throat? Or is it just more of a...
Not really.
Yeah.
I mean, the nutrition guidelines in Australia and around the world suggest that we should eat predominantly plant-based foods and not have a lot of animal products in our diet. So by being vegan, it didn't really,
impact you at all?
it didn't really affect that.
I guess it's quite... Obviously, you're a powerlifter as well. It's quite unusual in our sport.
I feel like I'm the only one. Like
I don't
so
think you'd be the
lonely.
only one. I feel like if
I
you
hope there's
are a
more of
vegan and a
us.
poulifter,
One of my
shout
girls
out.
Please.
Yeah,
talk to
you
me.
got a couple of
A
girls.
couple of girls that do, yeah. One vegan,
Yeah.
one vegetarian, yeah.
Yeah.
I need to
Yeah.
meet these people.
Yeah, they are super excited to meet you and listen to this.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Super
that's so
excited.
cool because I feel like I never meet anyone that does powerlifting and is vegan.
And they both crush it.
Yeah.
Like, I've been with particularly the one who went to vegan through her change, and numbers still going up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
which I
Yeah.
think most people probably think.
Exactly.
I'm going
That
to
it
go
would
vegan, I'm going to
negatively
go weak,
impact.
right?
Yeah.
and
But it doesn't have to. It can, but it doesn't have to.
Because I think people forget, nutrition's nutrition.
Yeah.
Like, you can still get your requirements.
You can still get all your calories, all your macros, micronutrients, all from a plant-based diet.
Did you find the transition hard? Were you much of a meat eater beforehand?
Yeah, I was a massive meat eater. So I come from a Croatian family. So, like, wogs.
Yeah.
We eat a lot of meat. Yeah.
Represent.
Prior to being vegan, I barely ate any vegetables, like, never touched beans or tofu or anything like that.
So you went full spectrum, end to end.
Yeah.
Holy.
So I went from being a huge meat eater, like, the only vegetable I would eat was, like, a handful of spinach every now and then. Like, it's pretty bad. And then I went 360 and went vegan.
So you just went complete? Like, there was no, I'm going to start off maybe halving my meat, increasing my vegetables. You just went,
There was,
done.
So meat was really easy for me to cut out, to be honest. So I woke up one day and I'm like, okay, I'm vegetarian.
Yeah, right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I saw,
Wow.
like, a video online of a cow being slaughtered.
Yeah.
And the next day I couldn't look at meat the
No
same.
more cows.
I'm like, no more meat. I'm vegetarian. Luckily, my partner also went vegetarian with me to, like, support me. So that made it easier. But veganism probably took another, like, 6 to 8 months after that.
Yeah.
When I went vegetarian, I'm like, I'll never be vegan. Never.
And then, like, you were just like, I'm now vegan.
All of a sudden, I was vegan. And I'm like, I don't know how this happened. But
So you
here
just
I
started
am.
cutting out, like, eggs and...
Yeah.
Really?
So I, like, kind of read more into animal agriculture and how they treat the animals, and
Yep.
just made me so upset. Hey,
Yeah.
like, it really, like, touched my soul. So I just gave up all the animal products.
Yep.
Took a couple of goes to get rid of cheese, but after that I was good.
What was the biggest challenge?
To go vegan,
Yeah,
giving up cheese.
cheese.
Yeah.
I was like, I can't really relate to that, but I know your heart just was like, I feel you.
And even, like,
Yeah.
4 or 5 years ago when I started my vegan journey, there weren't, like, the products that are out now.
No.
So the
No.
vegan cheese that was available was awful.
Yeah.
And even, like, the vegan mayos and aioli, like, it was all pretty terrible. But now it's super easy
You can
because
go to Woolies now and there's a whole section
there's a
for it,
whole
right?
section.
Yeah.
And we have plenty of options now.
So I'm, like, amazed every time you post an Instagram story of the food you eat. I'm like, damn, that looks good.
Looks good. Yeah.
Like, even when I went to the cafe yesterday, it had, like, bacon and all these types, like, all these, meat products, I guess, or whatever you'd call them.
Yeah.
What'd you call them?
Mock meats.
Mock meats. And I'm like, I mean, obviously I was confused at first, but I was like, I swear this was a vegan cafe. They said bacon, but it's grown, and I think that's attracted more people into it.
Yeah, and I think it's a lot more accessible now. So the people that kind of liked the idea of going vegan but couldn't give up certain things can now go vegan because they have those vegan options.
Yeah.
So
And where do you feel most people fuck it up? Where do you think, like, because obviously you see clients.
yeah.
And are they predominantly vegans, or do you
At
work
the moment, I predominantly work with vegans.
and you still have some that eat meat?
Oh, yeah, totally.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I work with people that have no interest in being vegan.
Yeah.
But people tend to see me and my colleagues for vegan-related things.
Yep.
Because I work for a company called Plant Nutrition and Wellness, and it's a vegan dietetic practice.
Yep.
So we do see people that aren't interested in veganism or just don't want to be vegan at all, but mostly people come to us because they're vegan and need help with that.
We get a lot of people coming to you that have made the same decision you made those years ago and said, hey, no more animals now. I
Yeah.
need help, and say, how do we do this?
Yeah, and that's awesome when people do that because they don't have the chance to fuck it up. So if
Yeah.
they're like, okay, I'm going to be a vegan, but I'm going to go to a dietitian first, I think it's a way better way to do it.
What do they fuck up? What do you see? Did you have any fuck ups?
Nutritionally, I feel like I was probably fine.
Mm-hmm.
I was like over halfway through my degree and I kind of knew what I was doing. Like I knew what foods to replace with what and to get all macros and micros correct. A lot of people just don't eat enough calories when they first become vegan. So a lot of vegan foods are super low calorie, so you have to eat a lot of them.
Yep.
and most people will just not do that, or they'll take their regular diet and just cut all the animal products out and not replace them with other appropriate foods. So they will just eat rice and
we
and just not
at-
have a very varied diet.
We laugh at that mainly because I went up to Leah in the gym once with a cup of rice and said, "Hey, I'm vegan," and she looked at me and said, "You're a fuckhead."
Yeah, pretty much.
It was pretty funny. I had a good laugh.
It was funny.
It was pretty funny.
So how do you get the calories up? Is there a couple of tricks?
It's different for everybody.
Yeah.
Sometimes, at the moment, I'm struggling to get enough calories in because I don't have much of an appetite. But I'm just smashing the smoothies, making sure I have higher fat foods, so avocado, peanut butter, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I'm still
But-
glad you guys can have peanut butter.
Yeah.
Can you imagine a
That's
world without
vegan.
peanut
It's
butter?
okay.
I know. But can you imagine a world without peanut butter?
Yeah.
It would be awful.
Big misconception's got to be protein too, right?
Oh, yeah. I always forget because it's not an issue.
Because everyone thinks animals
Yeah.
and protein, vegetables and carbohydrates. Like,
So what I eat for protein would be like tofu, tempeh, beans, any kind of legumes, lentils, nuts and seeds, even a lot of whole grains are high in protein. It's not quite as simple to get your protein in when you're a vegan, but 100% doable.
Yep.
Just takes a little extra planning and getting used to.
Did you find preparing meals a lot more different now? Obviously, they will be different, but
Yeah.
did you find it harder, easier, or was
So
it just...
when I first started with veganism, I had very limited cooking skills. So I kind of grew up, my mom was a bodybuilder growing up. So I was literally eating a diet of like chicken, broccoli, and rice.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, okay, I'm going to go vegan. And I just like took the chicken out. So not ideal. And yeah, I had to really work on my cooking skills in order to have a nutritious diet. Because you got to learn like different cooking techniques for tofu and all the
Yeah.
other kind of products you'll be using. And even like legumes. So many people don't know how to cook with legumes.
I don't think I've ever cooked with a legume,
yeah,
personally.
I've eaten them.
You-
But
You'll
have you,
eat
ever,
anything.
have you ever cooked
I definitely
with
didn't
them?
make them taste good though. That's for sure.
Doesn't Bob do all your cooking?
I've done some legumes before.
Really?
Yeah.
Shout out to Bob feeding Johnny, making him
Chickpeas.
117.
Chickpeas, yeah.
Yeah. Done
Yeah.
some chickpeas.
But I did not eat legumes before being vegan.
Yeah, right.
So learning how to cook with those kinds of foods
Well,
was a challenge to begin
From the
with.
sounds of it, you know, from what you said, you didn't have much of any of the food you'd eat now beforehand.
Yeah, no. I had a pretty plain diet
Was it
before.
a shock to your body? Did you
I
notice
mean-
anything?
The higher fiber intake was a bit of a shock to the stomach.
Yeah.
But besides that, it was
You were
alright.
fine.
That kind of dissipated over time.
Did you notice anything around energy levels or stress, tiredness?
I
Or-
honestly can't remember.
Yeah.
I can barely remember going vegan. It feels like I was always vegan. So I feel like I probably didn't notice an overwhelming change in anything
What about
like
your
that.
clients? Do you see dramatic changes in themselves or?
A lot of the time they do feel a lot better.
Yeah.
There are some that go vegan and struggle with like IBS issues
Mm-hmm.
because of the increased fiber intake and trying new foods.
Yep.
But typically, like the standard Western diet, like what we eat in Australia, it lacks fruits, vegetables, legumes, and whole grains, foods that we should be eating. Most people don't eat enough of them. So when you do start to eat enough of them, you will probably feel better.
Yeah.
So not necessarily cutting out the animal products, but increasing the intake of those plant foods is going to make you feel better,
Yeah.
most likely.
Now, to play devil's advocate, because that's how discussion and points get across, but would you say, like, in those cases where people are like, they've come to you and they start to feel better and you put them on this plant-based diet, would they feel just as good, though, if they had the same nutrients coming in from a regular diet, but it's just because they've seen the dietitian now that things are a bit more regimented? Or
Yeah, I mean, you can have a non-vegan diet
Yeah.
and be a healthy, thriving person.
Yeah.
I think most people definitely do eat too many animal products,
Yeah.
more than what is recommended, more than what is healthy. But you can have those in your diet and be perfectly fine.
And it is just really, like, as you said, an ethical choice to go vegan?
For me, it's definitely an ethical thing. It's about the animals and the impact on the environment. So I consider myself like a pretty considerate consumer. So I like to think about where the things I'm purchasing, where they're coming from. Is it ethical? Does it align with my morals before I purchase it?
Will you help your clients when they come to you on that broader scope rather than just food, but how to actually approach veganism
If they
as
ask,
a very general whole?
I mean, a lot of people come into veganism thinking that, oh, this is the healthier thing to do, especially with a lot of the vegan documentaries on Netflix. They come into it.
Multiple?
There are so many.
I only know one.
Yeah. And I feel like that's part of the reason why veganism has grown so much recently.
100%.
Because of those kinds of documentaries and that kind of content.
Game Changers trended for ages.
Yeah, so long.
Did you watch it?
I did.
What do you think?
I have mixed feelings.
I know. I mean, I know we've had this conversation.
Yeah, it's not news to you. But from a vegan perspective, so just talking ethically, not as a dietitian, it has increased rates of veganism. And more people are going vegan because of this documentary, which I like because that means, less animals are being killed for food. So that's nice. But then I also have like my dietitian side that thinks that like a lot of the evidence they showed in that documentary was very cherry picked. It was very biased. I don't like how they showed like the way they portrayed veganism as like the way to be a great athlete, when it's more that you can be a great athlete and be vegan, but just by becoming vegan, that's not going to make you a great athlete. Does that make sense?
That makes perfect fucking sense.
Yeah. So becoming vegan is not going to make you an amazing athlete, but you can be vegan and an amazing athlete.
Yeah, sick.
I think they did a really good job of making people think you instantly
100%.
become a vegan and you're
And
instantly
then-
amazing.
Yeah.
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 Oh, yeah.
And that's what I don't like about that documentary.
I think you put it perfectly. Like, I don't think I could language it the way you did, but it again, I haven't watched it because I heard so much about it and that bias thing that I just immediately switched off from. I was like, I'm not going to fucking waste my time. I'm just going to watch Batman again.
I'm going to be honest, I was doing work on my laptop while watching it. Like, I wasn't that interested in it because it's like every other vegan documentary out there it's just super biased, super cherry-picked evidence. And I feel like it gives people that are anti-vegan ammunition against, the vegan movement.
There's been plenty of people going after it too, eh?
100%.
From the other side, and that's got to suck too.
Yeah, because you kind of feel like a bit attacked. You're like, oh, I'm vegan, but I don't think that being vegan's for everyone. Like, it's fine. But I think people have that conception that, like, all vegans are these really intense people that want everyone to go vegan, or they can't be their friends, or they hate them.
It makes perfect sense because, like, honestly, I think really before I met yourself, I kind of had those same thoughts. I was like, vegan is just nah, like no way. But
and I mean, I know a lot of vegans that are like that, so I know where
but there's
that
extremists in
misconception
anything.
comes from.
Like,
100%.
There's that guy who just eats fucking steak all the time. Like, you're the
Yeah.
dumbest person I've ever met.
There's a lot of people in a lot of movements doing dumb shit.
Yeah, exactly. So, but I guess coming from someone who was, I'm going to just put, like, I was completely ignorant to the fact. But, like, as you just said, you can be healthy on both diets.
Yeah.
And it's completely
100%.
fine.
Yeah.
And it's just an ethical choice, really, that differentiates it.
I think when it comes down to it, veganism is an ethical choice. If you're in it for the health reasons, I don't know if that's going to keep you around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You've got to legit not want harm to animals.
Yeah. Like how...
But see, I can really respect that and go, that's really cool.
I think it's awesome.
You're just like, you're sticking up for your beliefs. And like, with who you are, that oozes out in everything. Like, you're just this is who the fuck I am. If you don't like it, get the fuck out.
Yeah.
Which is really fucking cool. And what I think there's not enough of in this day and age. And the veganism is just like, cool.
Yeah, it's just another thing in my life that I am super passionate about veganism, don't get me wrong, but I would never be, like, I'm not super pushy.
Yeah.
I think I probably was as a new vegan. I was probably a little bit more angry. I feel like you have this tendency to, like, overcorrect sometimes. So when people first become vegan, they go from being these meat eaters thinking that, oh, maybe it's not super cool to eat animals. They become vegan, they correct, like they align their behaviors with their morals, but they overcorrect and start attacking other people that don't have their actions in line with their own personal morals.
Yep.
So I feel like you do have that tendency to overcorrect, but as time passes, most vegans get a lot better
Yeah.
over time. Just need to let time pass, and then you kind of calm down a bit, and you're not this angry vegan protester.
Did the anger also coincide with your love for metal?
Didn't coincide.
Yeah. Did you just get angry and be like, I like metal music now?
No, I've always loved metal, so...
What's the favourite band?
Like of all time?
Yeah.
It would have to be Motley Crue.
Sick.
Oh,
Like, I'm definitely more of a thrash and death metal person now, but Motley Crue is my all-time.
See, even I know who they are.
I know who they are.
No, I'm not saying
Do
you
you?
don't.
Yeah, but like you look at me like...
No, I don't know many bands.
Oh, neither. Yeah, no. I mean, I really didn't even know thy art until Kevy, so...
Terrible.
Shout out Kevy.
Chevy Kevy. Where is he now?
Heavy Kevy.
Still gets me every time.
He's in
US?
London?
No, isn't he?
No,
oh,
he's in
Europe.
London.
He's Europe.
He's in Europe.
Yeah.
Touring through there. And
You know that guy you met at the gym?
Yeah, I know.
Oh, yeah, okay, cool. Just making
yeah.
sure. That was pretty funny.
Was it?
For me.
And how long you been powerlifting for?
Powerlifting, I've been only doing it for maybe just under 2 years.
Yes, sweet. So you've been a vegan the whole time?
No, because
True
I started
powerlifting?
strength training when I was really young.
Yeah.
So I started strength training when I was
Because you said your mum was a
14
bodybuilder.
or 15. Yeah. So my mum was a bodybuilder.
Cool.
She always had like six pack, like super jacked. And I
Sick.
kind of grew up as a young girl thinking like, oh, hell yeah, that's what I'm going to look like when I grow up, just naturally. And then
I don't need to train. What's dieting?
I just like looked at my mom like, oh yeah, that's just going to happen to me at some point. It didn't. So I ended up having to start strength training.
Had to lift stuff. You didn't go the bodybuilding route, same as mum?
I wanted to initially, but the dieting down was really not my thing. The cutting was, I'm just not into it.
Oh, gosh, no.
I'm into
No.
eating.
Yeah, food is my thing.
You're both definitely into
Yeah,
eating.
hence the powerlifting.
Yeah,
You can't
How
eat
good
Hungry
is
Jacks
powerlifting?
and be a bodybuilder.
Yeah.
Shout out to Hungry Jacks for creating vegan burgers.
Best. They're so good. They're
Yeah.
so good.
I also like to blame Leah for my...
Your addiction.
Oh, God. Every time I'm like, I feel like Hungry Jacks. Worst mistake, don't ever message... I message her out of validation because I wanted to say yes. And then she'll say yes, and then next minute I'm in Hungry Jacks.
I know.
I blame you.
But it's so good though.
I know. Sorry, yes, powerlifting. Didn't go the bodybuilding route, didn't want to diet. So how'd you find
Yeah.
powerlifting?
I think just social media. Like
Really?
I started following...
Because you were training at Worlds?
I think at this point I was training in my garage.
Sick.
So I just had a
Cool.
squat rack and a bench
Yes.
and some weights,
That's
and
the
I was
best.
using like
So
these
cool.
dodgy plastic mats.
Yes.
Yeah, not super awesome equipment, but I was making it work.
You don't need it. Really?
So I think at the time I had just graduated. I didn't have a lot of money because our last year of dietetics is pretty much like 30 weeks of full-time work, no pay.
Yeah.
So I had to start training out of my garage to save the $20 a week on a gym membership. Was doing that, kind of discovered powerlifting and wanted to get strong. Found out you could just eat a lot of food. And yeah, been doing it ever since. So almost 2 years now. Took me a while to work up the courage to join an actual powerlifting gym and start competing. But yeah, I got there eventually.
Because when you joined Valhalla last...
I think it was only 8 months ago. 8 months?
No, it must be longer.
It's less than a year.
Yeah, it's definitely less than a year, but 8 months, because you've done how many comps since then?
Only 2, heading into my 3rd.
You did Pretty and Powerful,
Yeah.
and what'd you go?
What
Squat, bench did. What'd you hit?
I can't
It was only
remember.
8 months ago.
It was only 8 months ago. I think squat was like 117.
Yep.
Cool.
Bench was 82.
Yeah, you got a big bench.
Damn.
And deadlift was 140. And
Not bad for your first hit out.
Yeah, and I just really enjoyed the day too. It was more about the experience than anything.
Because shout out to Scott Watson, your coach.
So great.
He
Best
is
coach.
the legend
He's
himself.
coming on.
He's coming on. He'll be joining
is
us
he?
in
Next week.
next week.
Yeah, buddy.
Oh, hey.
Hell yeah.
There you go.
Pumped for that.
You better give him a plug. Like, you better say something.
Oh, he's an amazing coach.
And
Would
you've
highly
worked with him
recommend.
the whole time for powerlifting and stuff, yeah?
For the past, as soon as I joined Valhalla,
Sick.
Scott become my coach.
Yep.
Yeah, and he's been great.
And next
Super,
comp?
super supportive.
What's the next comp for you?
Will be states in
GPC states.
GPC states.
Sweet. So that must be your first states.
Yes.
Yeah,
yeah.
damn.
First states because you did GPC Sim City.
Yeah, the Sunshine Coast Classic.
That's right, in
Yep.
December. And your squat went really well.
Yeah, improved heaps.
What'd you
I've
squat?
always struggled with my squat. So to see it go up from 117 to 127
Wow.
between like the two comps
It was only like
really
a,
nice.
Like, what, 12-week maximum turnaround.
Yeah, it was a
And
pretty
you had
short prep.
you had some time off squatting because you had a back injury.
Yeah, I had a fair bit of time off of squatting and no deadlifting because, I hurt my back.
Yeah.
Dang.
But still managed to put a fair bit of weight on the squat compared to last time. So I was pretty stoked.
That's awesome. And
Yeah.
what did you bench that comp?
87. No,
Damn.
I missed my 87. I got 85. The 87, my butt may have come off the bench just a little bit.
Strong may have.
Maybe the referees saw it and gave red
was
lights.
enough to get red lights from both sides. So
Because you went into that comp and, like, you could see it. Obviously, I was there. I was back spotting that day. That's right. That was before your deadlift comp.
Oh, yeah, that day.
Yeah, I was
Sick.
fuck
Oh,
on.
yeah.
That's right. Anyways, sorry. You were kind of like, I guess, a bit not completely into the day. Obviously, having the back injury, going to deadlifts, you pulled, I think, just a
112
Yeah.
to like just put something on the board.
Yeah.
So I was a bit disappointed with not being able to compete properly
Yeah.
and like go full tilt, but it was a good day.
It was a good day. There's an
Yeah.
awesome photo of me, Leah, and Pagan just sitting on the box. Leah looks completely disinterested, listening to me and Pagan, as you would be.
Just zoned out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Zone out fast on that.
Hey, especially on my side.
So you're about, if I math right, 5 weeks out from GPC states now. Mm-hmm. How's everything tracking for that?
Yeah, so it re-injured my back. So that
dang.
wasn't amazing.
Less than ideal.
It was less than ideal. But I think I'm hoping I'll PR my squat and bench. And honestly, I'd be happy to pull even just 140 again.
Yeah. I mean, I've been watching your training. Obviously, I coach out of Valhalla. You train out of Valhalla. That's how we met. But your training, like you've substituted a lot in, and obviously run by Scott. He's substituted a lot. Substitute a lot in because you're not being able to deadlift and you're doing lots of other heavy accessory work.
Yeah.
And with all that weight you've had in your hands, like, you'll still be strong when it comes deadlift time.
Well, I hope so.
Oh, no, we're validating you will be. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, yeah,
You're
that's
going
right.
to be fine.
Yeah. Johnny's
Yeah.
going to be there. He'll backslap you.
I'm down for backslaps. Just
Look,
let me know.
it might help.
Yeah, I'm
yes.
good at it.
I might need it.
That's a yes.
I am good at
No,
it.
I heard yes. That's all I heard. I heard ammonia,
Line 'em
face
up.
slap.
Face slap. No
Just
one's
0
taken
to
me up on the
100.
face slap.
Nick Cowan face slapped me once.
Good.
And it
good?
was the most intense thing I've ever experienced. And I've split my head open, headbutting a fucking mono. But he face slapped me.
Yes.
And I'm like, what the fuck just happened?
That's powerlifting.
That's
Is
powerlifting.
Is it though?
Yeah, it is.
I was like shocked. I don't think I even got the lift because I was so shocked that just happened.
Yeah.
Damn.
No,
But if you
I'd
want
be
the face
probably
slap-
too shook to lift after a face slap.
I heard she said yes to the face
I'm
slap
going
as
to
well.
deny the face slap, just on record.
Niall, can you edit that so when she said yes? Yeah. That's the
I
beauty
had
of
face slap in my first ever comp.
A self face slap?
Oh,
Or-
no. It was a training partner.
Who was it?
No one around these days.
Oh.
And yeah, I was a little faint after pulling 210 or something. He's like, bro, you need the face slap for this one. I said, give me everything.
You are
It was the best. And after that, I'm like, this sport's amazing.
that's the fact. It was like Johnny's in.
I
He's
need-
done.
I want everything.
Oh, I just don't like back slaps. Personally,
I don't like the sting of a slap, so I feel like
I
it's
think that's
not
the
gonna
whole
be
idea,
my,
though.
I don't
but-
feel it.
Yeah, probably.
You don't feel anything because you consume about 10 teaspoons of pre-workout and then 4 Red Bulls.
That'll
Correct.
do it. Yeah.
No, like literally on our...
You'd need a back slap after that.
When you pull that Equip Max on our training day, we got a little bit of a change the battery pack there.
What happened there?
We're good? Oh, okay,
Yeah,
we're good.
sick.
On our training day, when Johnny pulled a max, he literally had about 10 scoops of this pre-workout. And then
Wasn't really measurable. It was more of a clump.
it was 10 clumps. 10 clumps of pre-workout. And then I swear, like, between every attempt, had a can of Red Bull. Shout out to Red Bull.
Sponsor us.
Sponsor
Hashtag
us.
Sponsor us.
No, Monster.
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 Whoa, okay.
So what's training look like for you then?
Yeah, I was going to say, I completely forgot what we were talking about.
Yeah, like how do you split? What are you doing? 3-4 days a week?
4 days a week.
Sweet.
I squat on Mondays and I bench on Tuesday. I should be deadlifting on Thursdays, but I have had a back injury and I've been squatting again.
Love squats.
And then another bench
You're
on
talking to
Friday or
someone
Saturday.
who wants to squat 4 times a week.
I have.
Yeah,
He
it's
has.
awful.
I love
so
it.
No,
I hate squatting.
Oh, okay. Can't say that to Johnny.
We'll bring you around. And I'm super curious. Like, what would food be like for you to be able to handle that kind of training volume? Like, what are you
Like on a
eating?
day-to-day basis.
Yeah, what are you eating?
It really varies. I'll always usually start my day with Wheat Bix.
Yep.
I'm a big Wheat Bix fan.
Nice.
Some fruit, soy milk.
Yep.
Probably like a protein smoothie or something for morning tea.
Yep.
So like heaps more fruit, peanut
So
butter.
you do have like supplements and stuff.
Yeah,
like a
I
protein
use like
supplement
protein
stuff?
powder when I need it.
Yep.
Sometimes I find that I'm eating so much food I don't need a protein powder.
See, that's I like that there because I think a lot of people with vegetarian or vegan think
Yeah.
that they will need a protein powder
They
to,
rely
Yeah,
on
you
it way too
absolutely
much.
don't.
up.
To be honest, I'm only saying protein now because I'm consuming it at the moment because I have such a low appetite.
Yep.
But when I don't have a low appetite and I can just eat for days, I don't have protein supplement.
That's cool.
I just get it all from food.
That's super cool.
Lots of soy milk, lots of tofu, lots of beans,
Yeah.
Lots of chocolate milk.
lots of chocolate milk. Love chocolate
What was your
soy
dinner
milk.
a couple of nights this week, Leah?
Oh God, I can't remember. I've actually been having
liter of-
microwave meals this week. Oh, and a liter of chocolate
yeah,
milk.
that's what I was looking for.
There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, you really missed this.
No, I've been lazy and that has been my dinner. Liter
But
of
getting
chocolate milk.
I mean, that just proves the point. Like getting the calories up and getting what you need is just as easy as anyone who
Yep.
would
Yeah.
choose meat as
And
their style of eating.
to be honest, we probably do very similar things, except I'm downing a liter of soy milk and you're downing a liter of cow's milk.
Yeah.
It's literally, that's just the difference.
Yeah.
Nutrition, timing, everything else is the same.
Everything else is the same. One thing I do differently that I wouldn't have to do if I wasn't a vegan is I take a B12 supplement
Yep.
2 or 3 times
That
a
was
week.
my next thing. Do people miss a lot of the nutrients or because they fail to replace or swap in, swap out things?
Sometimes there are certain foods that you should probably have in your diet as a vegan, that being like legumes,
Yep.
things like black beans, chickpeas, soy products are great. I feel like most like all vegans should consume a B12 supplement because B12 isn't available through plant foods, it's only
Yeah.
available in animal products. But some vegans do find it hard to consume enough iron and zinc,
Yep.
although that's easily rectified with a bit of planning.
Yeah, right. So someone stepping into a vegan style of eating, perhaps getting some blood work and stuff to make sure that they're getting everything right.
Yeah,
would
I
be-
mean, I get my bloods done every 6 months now, just to make sure that everything is all good.
Yep.
Because you can plan really well and think you're doing everything right, but it's just good to check that sometimes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I think that's, again, something that we still as coaches recommend to
Yeah, I
normal
mean,
people.
Yeah, everyone should do it.
Everyone should definitely do
yeah,
that.
I mean, especially for women, like lack of iron intake is such a big problem in women in general.
Yeah.
And then you add in weight training.
Add in weight training and then add in veganism if you're vegan.
Yeah.
Like,
what's some go-to hacks with iron for veganism style eating?
So mine is the Wheat Bix. So
really?
So Wheat Bix are actually fortified quite heavily with iron.
Yeah, right.
And that's just something I consume every day to make sure that like it covers most of my requirements for the day in breakfast. I'll pair that with like some fruit, like strawberries, berries, just for the vitamin C to increase the absorption of the iron.
Yeah.
And that's my go-to, but you can also have legumes, a lot of dark green leafy vegetables and all those kinds of foods to hit your iron intake as well.
So heaps of variation.
Yeah, I think as long as you have a super varied diet, you're eating a lot of different kinds of plant-based foods, you're usually going to be okay. But it's always good to see a dietitian because most of the time you're probably doing something wrong or like
Dumb.
you're missing something that you should be
Just
doing.
say dumb.
Dumb.
Thank you. 'Cause it is true.
Yeah.
You can think you're doing everything right, but we don't know everything. We're not dietitians.
Yeah.
Go see someone who knows it.
Like, I think if I wasn't a dietitian and I didn't have all that food knowledge, I'd be so lost as to, like, what I should be consuming.
Because there is a lot of information out there. Like,
Be a lot of
So
misinformation
much
too.
misinformation. So much.
okay. It's the first day on the job too.
Oh no.
What's going on?
We're having some technical difficulties for those watching on YouTube. Once we're no, we good? That's still going? No, that's down. We are currently communicating. Are you recording now?
Yeah, I don't stop.
Oh, this is 6, yeah. Oh, that's still going. Oh, we got one camera still working. Okay.
Just the one on me?
Yeah.
What's up in
Yeah,
that
nice.
Can you leave
Is
this
it,
in? Now? Just leave it in. This is actually really cool. Like, I love just this random shit.
one? It has the power, right?
Anywho, so what's the plans for you in 2020, Leah? What are you doing with training?
I just want to not be injured at the moment. That's the big plan.
Yep.
So just eat and sleep enough to not be injured.
Do you have goals set for states?
I'm trying not to.
Okay.
Just because I don't know how my back injury is going to progress. I don't want to be disappointed.
Yep.
I would really, really like to get a 100 kilo bench this year.
Shit, yeah.
Like, that's
Yes.
like the big goal. So if I could
Jesus.
hit,
That'd be incredible.
It would be dope.
I don't know if I can do it, but
No, you can. I've seen your bench.
I-
It's brilliant. You're only 12.5 kilos away.
I know it just seems so far, yet so
Yeah,
close.
but I'm sure 87.5 felt so far away when you started as well.
Yeah, well, when I started with Scott 8 months ago, my biggest bench was 72.
You're fine. You're good.
Yeah, so that's the big goal,
And then
and to not be injured.
what about work-wise? You still with, obviously still with plant?
Yeah, so I've recently started with plant nutrition and wellness. We do vegan seminars, so vegan nutrition seminars.
Cool.
Just to help people transition to veganism.
'Cause you just ran one as well, and it was a massive turnout.
Yeah, no, we've just done 2 recently, and they both had great turnouts. Really informative. Really, one was a full day session. That was a really good one. Also had catering from the Green Edge, which was nice.
Again, shout out Green Edge.
Little plug to the Green Edge. But yeah, just trying to educate people about not only transitioning to veganism, but being vegan long term. And would love to do some vegan sports nutrition seminars in the future.
Well, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I've just
Absolutely.
recently found out there is actually a market for that.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it's like there are vegan athletes or even vegetarian athletes out there that would love that information. So that's what we're working on now.
Oh, so
Yeah.
if you're a vegan athlete out there or a vegetarian athlete, how can people contact you?
Best place is always Instagram.
The gram.
The gram.
Slide into the DMs, guys.
So either through Plant Nutrition and Wellness or Plant Strong
Yep.
_ dietitian.
And we'll put that all in the show notes when we upload this. So I'll grab your email as well if people want to directly contact and chat
Yep, I
about
have
it.
an email. Yep.
I think
I hope you have an email. It's 2020.
an email.
What's an email? You probably were fucking around, Johnny, where there wasn't no emails.
Yes.
You had the old phone, like the old brick phone.
Yes.
The old
I remember
brick
when the
phone.
iPhone, whatever it was, came out, and I was
iPhone
like,
1.
3.
What?
It's called the iPhone 3.
Where was number 1?
There was no number 1.
Surely there was a number 1.
Oh, you two are too young. It was iPhone 3.
I'm
Really?
Googling. Wait,
Yeah,
no,
I'm
no,
serious.
no, do
No,
this.
there should have.
I'm serious.
No?
It was
Okay.
an iPhone 3.
Wait, are you agreeing with Johnny now?
That is correct. Yeah.
Why?
Damn. Because that's it. It was an iPhone 3.
You can't just, it's just like us. Okay, well, this is fucking episode 10.
Dude, take it up with Apple, bro.
I'm going to. This is what do you mean?
I've just changed your world.
You did.
So it's
It
not
just makes
really
no
an
sense.
Apple 10. It's really like an Apple 7.
Well, the 11 just got released.
yeah,
dude.
well, it ain't 11 either. You could take some off.
It's 9,
Yeah, 9.
8.
10.
8, 10.
You went from 9 to 10.
It ain't what it is.
It's
It
It's fine. It's fine.
is not
I
what
swear
it
I
is.
can do math.
Okay, so like, this is so off topic, and I apologize for anyone listening. But it was because like they had the iPod, and then like the iPod Touch, and then they progressed to like having a phone function. Niall, you seem to be shaking your head.
I
That
don't
makes
know.
sense.
Did you even have a iPod thing when it first came out?
I had like a
You had
little.
to download music off
The
Napster.
Nano? iPod Nano?
Oh no,
I
this
had
is
an iPod.
before that.
What? There was so
Do you mean an MP3 player?
Oh god.
You mean
I
an
had a
MP3?
Sony Walkman.
And that would be big.
Yeah, I had a Sony Walkman.
I had a Sony Discman and a tape player.
Oh God, you're old. He's actually like 38 this year.
I know.
37.
37 this year.
When I found that out, so surprised. I was shook.
Everyone is.
Yeah.
Powerlifting, fountain of youth.
100%.
Is it though?
No, like we're
I feel
complete
like
opposites.
Maybe
I
it's.
feel
I think you
like
just got lucky.
well, I feel like Johnny is an extremist in everything he does. So if he's gonna look young for a long time to come. I don't know how. He just will.
It's the chalk. You gotta rub it into the face.
That's the face slapping slaps the wrinkles out.
yeah.
That's a good theory.
I'm gonna like claim that rise to fame. But no, we do digress a little bit because that's what we're good at. We do have the 10 random questions.
These-
Now
These are
This is gonna make me
incredibly
anxious.
important
Okay.
questions.
you can't think about it. It's just
You
rapid
can't
fire.
think about them. You have to answer immediately, and they're big questions.
Okay.
Are you
so
ready?
we're gonna
I don't
start.
know. I think so.
No pressure. Favorite color?
Black.
Favorite movie?
I don't think I have one. Fast and Furious series.
Ooh.
Okay, so I need to interject.
Tokyo
All of-
Drift.
Yeah, of course.
Tokyo
But all
Or
of them?
no, the first one.
The first one was definitely like.
Oh, the OG one.
Okay,
Did
it'd
you
be
get-
between those two.
Did you get like a point in the Fast and Furious series? Be like, okay, now it's stupid.
No. I reject that.
Thank you. I too.
It never got stupid.
I
just
loved
got
the last
more.
One.
It just
I
got more.
I just loved the last one.
It's so good
The
though.
Rock.
If you could have dinner with anyone, who would it be?
Out of anyone?
Anyone, like anyone,
Is it dead or alive?
whatever. You choose.
Oh.
Well, no, you know you.
Yeah, Lee choose.
All I can think of is ridiculous answers.
Excellent.
Like who?
Like Nikki Sixx from Motley Crue.
Yes.
Yeah, okay, sick.
Oh, I like it. What is your spirit animal?
A koala.
Oh, that's a good one.
Favorite food?
Pasta in general.
Nice. Would you rather look like a potato or feel like a potato?
Feel like one.
This question gets me every time.
Favorite superhero?
Goku
Ah,
Counts.
or
Yep.
Jessica Jones if you want to go the more mainstream route.
Nice.
No,
do, you,
Goku was fine.
Okay.
do you believe in Santa?
No.
Oh.
You just offended
Is that
him.
controversial?
Well, for him it is. I'm like,
If he's real. Anyway. Do you cry in movies?
No.
What is one thing you do now that no one knows about you that can't be dietetics or powerlifting that would make you famous?
That would make me famous.
Yeah.
I feel like I have nothing.
no, I'm sure you do.
I'm sure you have a special skill.
I mean, I can headbang.
There we
Being
go.
an avid metalhead.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
sick.
famous for headbanging.
When you said headbang, I'm like, what do you bang your head against?
Just against the wall.
I mean,
No,
because
like
yeah, I'm young. How
mosh.
cute.
I can mosh.
You can mosh.
We got to take you to one of the concerts when Kevy's back here playing.
Well, Kevy said okay, no. Kevy, every time he's like giving out free tickets, they go to Kane. Fuck Kane.
Bloody Kane.
Shout out to you, Kane. Fuck you.
I'll have to become best friends with Kane.
No, well,
I
Kevin's
feel like
already
that's-
promised me tickets, so
Yeah, right.
because I'm like devastated every time I don't get to go.
You'd be so awkward there.
I
It'd be
saw them at
hilarious.
Good Things Festival and they were so good.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, he played there.
They were on the stage next to Falling in Reverse with the love of my life, Ronnie Radke.
Shout out.
Saw them,
Did you
and
die?
then I saw Thy Art. I almost died.
You almost died when you met Kevy. Fuck, that was funny enough.
Wasn't that bad.
I think Kevy was more awkward.
I think you made it more awkward.
It's what I do.
Look, he's in an awesome band, so obviously a cool guy.
I still forget he's like as big as they are.
Yeah, it's weird.
It's just like that's Kevy.
Yeah,
that's heavy Kevy.
When Kane told me that someone from Thy Art trained at Valhalla, lost my mind. I was
did.
so surprised. I'm like, why? Why are you in Brisbane? Like, I don't.
He like lives across the
He
road.
lives around the corner.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so weird to me that they have regular lives.
And then to us, he's just like
It's weird that he's a rock star.
Yeah, exactly. He's like, okay. Okay. So to wrap things up, where do people find you? Obviously, you said a little bit before, but just on Instagram.
Instagram. That's about it, to be honest. I just have the Instagrams.
And you're
Done.
You're not on your personal Instagram,
I'm no longer on my personal Instagram.
which is a sad news for everyone because she would post the funniest fucking memes ever.
Trying to be more productive.
Yeah, we get that.
So, dietetics Instagram only.
Fair, very fair. Memes do.
Memes have to take a backseat for a while,
although
although they are good.
Easy. Well, thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you.
We that was awesome. I think there's a lot of information there out for anyone, not just vegans, about obviously nutrition, doing things the right way, or just thinking about things differently before they make choices. So thank
Seeing
you.
someone to get help.
Yeah, seeing
Yeah,
someone. Just go
definitely
see.
see someone,
Yeah, absolutely.
even if it's just one time, just to get some advice.
Yep. Well, thank you so much. We will. What?
I was getting ready to.
Oh yeah, sorry. No, I'll edit that out, please. No, okay. Oh, and welcome to our new video guy, Jason Grybatis. You may also know him from our beatboxing intro. The guy's a natural talent.
Which
He
was
said-
at the start of this.
Which, yeah, was hopefully. No, is it?
It's at the start, yeah.
Yeah, he's at the. Yeah, cool. We have to confirm everything. We're governed now. But yeah, welcome to Jason, and thank you to Leah.
Thank you.
He's just you
He's
freaking
so
me
ready.
out. Yeah, every time he's ready to clap, I'm like, what's happening? We'll get you back on later in the year after states, and hopefully you get that 100-kilo bench.
Hopefully.
All right. Oh, we're getting together.
We're getting in the middle.
Oh. Did you get all those claps? Good. And we're done.